Hi, good evening. Just waiting for people to jump on. How has your day been? See if I can tag a few people. Just wait for a few people to join. Might close the window in a bit. It's been a warm day. Hi, Bally. How are you? We included your family member in the healing. Hope all is well. It's so warm, isn't it? Hi, Hina. Just wait for a few people to jump on. Loving the warm summer day. It's getting warmer, hopefully. I think even warmer tomorrow and Thursday. Went for a long walk in the morning. I've done my 10,000 steps. I did 14,000 today. Yay. Who else is there? Bally, I'm okay. I'm doing well. I've cut my own hair. This is all the techniques that you learn in lockdown. Hi, Gita. Literally, all I did was just take some scissors. I think it's a really bad haircut, but I was so fed up. Look, I don't even think... What kind of balance is? So, yeah, what new skills have you learnt from lockdown? Cut hair, I've waxed eyebrows, baked bread, made hummus. Oh my God. Lawn. I've done my lawn. Yeah, loads of new skills. Yeah, I've planted plants, I've made herbs. Oh my God, yeah. It's been an educational couple of months. Anyway, welcome. Just give it a few more minutes while I ramble. Welcome everyone. I hope everyone's well. Feels better. Hopefully we all feel like we're coming to a bit of an end to this situation. Yes, there might be a second wave, but let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the end of the situation. We're all powerful manifestors. Let's manifest what we want in our lives, which is to get back to normal, but loving normal. I don't want to call it a new normal. Apparently that's what the bloody press are calling it, so we'll call it something else. A loving normal, let's call it that, right? So let's all manifest a loving normal. And the energy's different, right? Today's a mad energy because there's solar flares going on, so there's a lot of emotion flying around, a lot of truths being spoken. I had a massive run-in with my brother today. I got told that I wasn't reacting to a situation spiritually enough. So obviously he had expectations of how I should react to things. So yeah, I've sent him lots of love now. Siblings are your teachers. They really trigger you because you pick them as part of your soul family. So did really get a little bit triggered by him today, but we're all human. But apparently I'm not spiritual enough. There you go. So today we're going to cover higher chakras. We've done 7 chakras a lot. If you've been part of my group, you may have come across it. I know some of you was new, so don't worry. We'll still go into the 7 because it's a reminder of the people that have been with me for a long time as well, because we should know them inside out, to be honest. If we're healers or light workers or even meditators, there are energy centers within our body, and to know about them is to have knowledge, and to know about them is also to know about families. If your family is not feeling well, you know what chakras need healing, you can send them love and light. So it's important to know the chakras, and also about your life. There can be blockages in your life that you can't make sense of, but if you know about chakra work, energy work, you can start to remove some of these blockages. So it's always useful to go over the same ground As you know, I try and put new things in all the time, so it's not always the same topic, and the meditation is always a little bit different anyway. So we went through it yesterday, and I kind of related it a little bit to COVID, because it's actually pertinent to how COVID is affecting people's chakras. So the 7 chakras are part of the body, the main chakras. We have like thousands of different chakras and nadis. Nadis are like veins. You know, veins like transport blood to the different organs. The nadis transport pranic energy from energy center to energy center. So along our body we have thousands, but we always concentrate on the 7 main ones that run along the spinal column. You would see in like pictures of it, like these spheres that rotate in different areas and different colors. They're the chakras. And they then link to the 5 chakras that I'm going to cover today, which are beyond the body, but they are linked to our incarnation. Okay, so when we kind of say goodbye to the world, we go through these stages of the chakras. One we've already covered is called the Earth Star Chakra. It's called Chakra 0, believe it or not, because it sits below us. Sometimes in some texts it's called Chakra 8. Excuse me. But the chakra the book that I've been using is called Chakra 0, the Earth Star Chakra. It's a tiny bit below your feet, about 1.5 feet, and it's black. Black seems like quite dark, right? But black, it can be very good in spiritual circles. It's very protectional. So when you want to do protection work, we use a lot of black. Nothingness is black, so black, don't let it put you off that it's a black chakra, or the color of the chakra is black. It's like imagine a lotus flower under your feet. Occasionally they say if you're advanced you can see it as a magenta, and you connect with it to keep you balanced and keep you on this earth anchored is a really good word. So we're always, as a human, kind of floating out of our body consciousness. You know, when you start thinking outside your body, you're not really present in the body. So if you start thinking of something in Africa, your consciousness is almost traveling to Africa, right? Because you're throwing your consciousness into that. You're not really concentrating on what's going on in here. So we need to regularly bring ourselves back into the body, because we signed up for this human experience. What an experience! We signed up when there was COVID. Are we mad? Yes, we knew that this was going to happen, but it's very transformational. So we have to go through this kind of darkness to come to the light. So we want to use the chakras, we want to balance them so we can have a better experience coming through this period of time. And I also keep going on about the ascension, that we're going to go into a new era and our energies are being updated. And that's the reason I want to teach you the higher chakras, because we're going to step into this higher way of being. And all of you are capable now of opening those chakras and working a lot more with them. As you know, naturally I've been starting to work with them. You'll recognize a couple of the chakras that I've incidentally started to work with, because my guides have been helping me kind of incorporate that into the meditations. It's just naturally happens as you ascend, and I listen to my guides through meditation. We're going into working on the higher chakras, because that's, as a humanity, that's where we're headed. And every time you sleep at the moment, your energy's been upgraded. So yesterday we had a girl who keeps getting headaches. I spoke to a client who's really emotional, because our DNA is actually being vibrated at a higher frequency. It'll take time. Somebody says 10 years, 12 years for us to completely get there. So gradually we'll see lots of changes, and we'll also be able to have more ability to heal, to see, to feel. So it's exciting. Imagine that you can really step into yourself and have higher abilities of healing, energy work. And so we've chosen a really good time in humanity to be here. We may not have felt that in March, and we may not think that today, but trust me, it's an evolution of how we're going to live, how we're going to look at life, how things are going to be more available to us. And yeah, I'm a little bit impatient. I want to start seeing some of it, you know, now. Okay, sorry, I digress. Let's go back to the chakras. So that chakra is called the Earth Star. Remember that. And it's black and it's under your feet. It helps you really ground yourself and connect yourself to the planet, connect your ancestry, and connect to your family line. Okay, because that makes you, with the root chakra, makes you who you are in this kind of incarnation. So it's linked to your lineage and your ancestry, because that belongs to you. You pick that again to be part of your experience, because whatever your ancestors did, it's in your DNA and it's in your energy line. So that can hold you back as well. But again, you picked it. So that's called the Earth Star. The next one is the root chakra. That's just below the end of your spine, and it kind of is like a red flower. We always use flower as an analogy for chakras opening. That's to do again with your grounding. It's to do with your survival. So it's about food, roof over your head, career, finance. If you think about what a baby needs, that's usually a root chakra need. So you just want to be fed, sleep, be safe. Everything with survival, like that's the primal instinct in our lives. Again, your karma is kind of linked to your root chakra. It's a very important chakra, although it's like a foundation, basic chakra with your basic needs. It has your kundalini energy. So we all have this vital energy, and it's kind of, a lot of it is coiled at the end of the root chakra. When you do ascension, this energy will rise from your root through all of your other chakras back to divinity, and then you don't have to keep taking births once you clean all of these roots. As in, there's a nadi, which is like the organ. A nadi, which is like your vein that runs along your spine. So we've got to clean that. So when the serpent rises, it has a clear passageway. So a lot of people who've done with the human experience will have their kundalini rise. Some people have it rise anyway, but then they have to do a lot more work on themselves because they've still got blockages. So that's your root chakra. Also your karmic ties, anything karma based is stored in the root chakra. And manifestation is the root chakra. So if you're struggling with your manifestations, then your root chakra is out of balance. You need to work on it, because that's where you make the immaterial material. If you think about it, you come into the world through the root chakra. So it's where subtle energy becomes gross energy. So if it's not in balance, you can't make things happen into reality, okay? Next one is the sacral chakra, which is orange, and it's under your belly button, and it's to do with your sexual pleasure. Not just sexual, but you know what I mean. People like that one better than the other things, but it's about pleasure, it's about texture, it's about emotions and creativity. And a lot of people have an issue with this chakra because the way they were brought up, because guilt and shame and emotion also resides in your sacral chakra. Your inner child resides in your sacral chakra. So a lot of people, if they've had issues in their childhood, will have an imbalance in their sacral chakra. There's a lot of embarrassment around sex in our culture. So there's a lot of repression of that energy. It's just an energy again. I always say to people that you should enjoy things in life, like food, sex, anything that's enjoyable, because then you can transcend it as long as you don't get addicted. Again, addiction is from the sacral chakra. Because if you deny yourself too much, then you're going to always wonder about it, and the energy is going to be stuck there. It's almost like I've ticked that box, I've done that, so then you can move forward. I believe that. I know a lot of spiritualists believe that you should abstain from it to overcome it. So there's two schools of thought. For me, it's like, have a go, enjoy, then let it go kind of thing. Obviously not with everything, maybe not hard drugs, but you know what I mean. Don't be curious about something or desire something, because if you keep desiring, then you end up having a karmic link to it, and then you have to come back in your next life, or you fall off the wagon in this life. Yeah. So, it's like going on a diet. If you're denying yourself something, you keep thinking about it, and it becomes a distraction. But if you just say, I'm going to eat healthily and not restrict anything, it's a lot easier. It's a bit like that. It's psychology as well, because it doesn't usually work if you restrict yourself too much. The next one is your solar plexus, which is above your belly button. And that's about your identity. I was going to link it to COVID, so I'll go back and do that. So the solar plexus is about who you are in this life, your ego. Like, I am Sneha, and I identify myself as Sneha. That's to do with my solar plexus. How I relate to other people, like gut instinct, boundaries. So if I don't set myself boundaries, I'll be connecting with these people through my solar plexus. So solar plexus is also where your power resides. I keep telling you that you're very powerful. That is where your power is, okay? So it's all to do with you in this incarnation. The 3 lower chakras are always about this incarnation. When you're done with this incarnation, those 3 don't really matter as much. You're done because they represent Sneha. So let's go to how they relate to COVID. So the root chakra would have been out of balance because of fear. We all have a primal fear of death, and that's been really in our faces with all the death counts and people we know unfortunately passing away. Lots of really not very nice things have been happening. So our root chakra would have been really out of whack. I was just talking to my husband today saying, look at the kids that are growing up in COVID. They're going to have lots of root chakra issues because they haven't had a sense of safety, because it's about your survival. So watch out for your root chakra. Try and go in nature. Try and balance back. Sacral chakra, unless you have been creative, it might be starting to block up, or lots of emotion. So we've had loads of highs and lows through COVID. So again, we'll look after your sacral chakra, because your lots of stuff will be stuck in there. Emotions like anger, because you're angry at what happened, the injustice of it all. Was it released by man? Was it all a plan? All of that kind of plays on your emotions. So all of that will be stuck in sacral chakra. Also, your solar plexus, have you lost your power because you have no control over this? How do you see yourself within this crisis? There's no right and wrong how you dealt with it. So solar plexus is about having the power back to yourself. So don't give it to your government to tell you that you can go out and do things. Obviously, you've got to have some laws to follow, but ultimately freedom is within. It's you're a sovereign being. You have the power internally. Don't give it to an outside force. I'm not pro or against vaccines. I feel like they have a place in the world, like measles, etc. However, I feel like we shouldn't just rely on a vaccine. We should be looking after our own health. We should be working out, being fitter, getting vitamin D, getting nature, getting supplements. So ultimately, we need to work on ourselves. Hopefully I don't get banned, because I don't think you're meant to mention vaccines online. But anyway, it's not a pro or against argument. It's about just taking your power back and working on yourself. Having vitamin C, D, zinc, and boosting your immunity. That helps you with anything in life, okay? So it's really important to take your power back. And then we're going to go into the heart chakra. Now we're taking into the bridge between the lower chakras and the higher chakras. And that's green or pink. Solar plexus was yellow. The heart chakra, as it's kind of self-explanatory, is about relationships. It's not just about you and your partner. It's about wider relationships. So your family, your friends, how you connect. It could be things like loneliness, or you've lost somebody in your life. That's all heart chakra related. Obviously, we've had lots of impact on the heart chakra with COVID, good and bad. So we've had opening the heart chakra up for love. We've been a lot more loving towards our family, because we don't know what's going to happen. We've been loving to our neighbors, hopefully loving to ourselves. So it's really helped with the heart chakra to open up. Unfortunately, some people have lost family members and that impacts it in a negative way to store grief and that. So do work on your heart chakra. But it's an exciting time as humanity. We're stepping more into the heart chakra arena, about being more about love, more about relationships, not so much about the ego that we've been in, the lower chakras, and survival and pleasure. It's going to go more into like a heart-centered living. Okay. Next one is, if we'll run out of breath soon, is about your throat chakra, which is obviously located in your throat, and the color is blue. It's about your communication, but it's not just about this, me chatting away. It's about, if I'm being my authentic self to the world, am I communicating who I truly am? When I was an accountant, no, I wasn't. I think this role is more me, so now I'm starting to communicate my real self. And to balance your throat, you have to express who you really are. Don't keep anything in too much, because you have to speak your truth. And more we're going to do that. Today I completely spoke my truth to my brother. I'm not sure I should have completely, but there you go. So we have to start being true to ourselves. I think we are like too hidden away. Society tells us who to be. You know, if you're a kid, you just do whatever, right? You laugh, you joke around, you're very honest with yourself. And then we start to put these different masks on. And yes, we have to be different people in different situations, like at work, you can't be a certain way, and at home and with family, but ultimately you should be yourself. Because that's all you can be, right? You came here as an original product, as made to measure, right? Sneha, Amisha, Hina, we were all made to be who we are. So we should be proud of that, not try to be somebody else, not trying to fit in. Let's be who we were meant to be, and let's follow our true path, which is already kind of written, okay? So celebrate you and be your authentic and speak your truth. The next one is, oh, by the way, how it relates to the sea situation is the COVID, is the world is going to speak its truth as well. A lot of truths are coming out, okay? So again, we're all opening up in our throat chakra to be ourselves. The next one is the third eye in the middle of our forehead. It's a purpley indigo color. It's all about the seat of our intuition. So things like when you think about a song and you go in the car and it plays, or you think about somebody and you haven't spoken to them for a while and they call you, that's all your intuition. That happens to me a lot. They've either picked you up because you've thought about them, or the other way, you've picked them up because they thought about you. I've had that a lot, where I go, I was going to call you today if I've called somebody, because we're just picking up on people's vibes and intuition. We're linking more to the matrix of energy and our intuition, our inner knowing. We all come with everything. We know everything on a soul level. We just forget when we come into the human experience. So when we work on ourselves, we start to wake ourselves up. The course we're doing on Sunday on astral travel, that's very much about linking to our true spirit, to go beyond the human body, to see what's behind the veil. We all need to be in that space to know that we are more than this, what you see. And we've all forgotten on this journey, and slowly, hopefully, we're going to all start waking up to it. So that's your third eye. Whoa! On top of your head is your crown chakra. So around here, sits on top. This is to do with your link to divinity and how you open up beyond your body. We've talked about that. So it's your link to the greater consciousness and beyond the living on the earth. So you start to look at things as a bigger picture, and you know that you are living a spiritual experience rather than a human experience. And it's about being in your state of joy, bliss. So I don't know if you guys have been going for your walks with this whole situation, but when you look at a flower and you really connect with that flower or that leaf or some part of nature, that's your crown chakra. That's your consciousness opening to something bigger than yourself, okay? The color of that is white or purple, like a light purple. Very beautiful. It's depicted by a 1,000 petal lotus flower. So when you're doing meditation, you can imagine that opening up above your head. I'm going to have a drink now because I've been talking a lot. Let me know if you've got any questions. I'm going to put the comments back up. Just take a little breather. Lovely. Thank you all. Tuning a cello, what's that? Is that your throat chakra? Michelle, I didn't get that because the comments were off for a sec. So let me know if you've got any questions. I am rushing through them, but hopefully a lot of you have either done this or you can do your own research afterwards. The next one is called your spirit chakra. It can have different names where you go. So this is the 9th chakra. It sits above your crown chakra, okay? This one allows you, and we kind of use some of these chakras without being specific about them. So when we did meeting your guide, meeting your angels, this is all to do with this spirit chakra. You're opening up to the higher realms. It's like a turquoisey color. Today when we were doing the healing circle, one of the guys, I was healing him and I could see like a turquoise color around him. So that chakra of his was open. And sometimes when you see these enlightened beings around people, you see them as purple, turquoise sparks. So they can be like angel beings, your guardian angel, you know, your spirit guide. So when we have that chakra open, we can connect with them a lot easier. Okay, and that's related to your throat because your throat is also communication with the other side. This is going into slightly the higher realms of communication with your guides and everything. This is also where we connect with our soul, like abilities. So if you're a healer, your abilities become more pronounced when you open this chakra. And have I missed one? I have missed one, haven't I? I have missed one. I apologize. I'm going to go back. This is a 9th one. I thought that. I was talking about it and I was like, I've missed one. So bear with me, I'm just going to miss the Soul Star Chakra, which is the 8th one. This is on top of it. This is the 9th one that I'm banging on about, yeah? So I'll go back to the 8th, apologise. So the 9th one is about going further up and just communicating with the other beings. They've already transcended the human experience. So by going into this chakra, you're looking at information that you would not normally be privy to. The information of your soul plan, the information of the earth plan. Like I've been asked, why don't you just go to the Akashic, which is like the spiritual iCloud, and look at the situation, look at what the outcome is. And I've been a little bit reluctant to do it just because I think with your journey, you're only meant to know really about yourself and things that affect you. So then the person was saying, well, just look at it from your point of view. So I'm going to try and do that. So when you start to access these chakras way above the ones in your body, you start to open yourself up to the celestial plane. So again, like Sunday, we're going to look at different planes that we survive on. So we're on the earth plane, obviously. There's the astral plane, and then there's celestial planes where the ascended masters and all of them hang out. So when we start to work with these chakras, we start to access them, their knowledge. We've done something called the superconscious mind, which is the collective consciousness. So there's a lot to access. I think we limit ourselves to just being on this planet, the human, paying our bills and doing kind of normal human things. Yes. Ravina, I'm going to go back to the pink one. I'm so sorry. I completely missed that one out. So I'm still on the 9th one. The 9th one is turquoise. So I'll go back to the Soul Star. So yeah, I want you to kind of start thinking along these lines. A couple of you are new to this, but that's okay because I think we're all able to handle this energy. I'm only teaching according to my instincts and being told by my guides. So do start looking into it because I think all of us are now opening up to this information. I had a client today ring me, like just a new person, and she said, oh yeah, I sense energy, I sense people in my house. And I'm like, whoa. So there's people now, I think, opening up a lot more to other energies. So I'm going to work backwards. I apologize, I was a bit dazed. I think I just completely missed it. I'm going to go back to the Soul Star Chakra. So please keep up with me because I missed one, right? So 7 is crown. Then on top of that is the soul star. And that's the 8th chakra. That's the one that's magenta, like a beautiful pink, like Arena says. And that is where true love and divinity can be experienced. It's where we can access the Akashic records that I've just talked about. So I was talking yesterday when I did talk Reiki 1. I just started to learn the Akashic records, and somebody sensed that color on my aura, and he didn't know anything about it. So that was amazing. So when you start to access this, you start to tap into the super highway of information about the earth, about you, about people in your life. Again, you can help others with this. So I'm hoping as we go forward in ascension that we're all going to be able to do it, some of these things easily. They're not going to be like limited to the people that have been working for themselves, on themselves for years. I think this information is available for all of us, okay? This one's a bit long, right? So just bear with me, and I'm going to go into the next one. So the 9th one then was your spirit chakra, which I've covered. And your 10th one is this universal chakra. It's gold. And again, we've been using it. You know, I've been using a lot of gold energy, lighting up all your chakras with gold. So we've been accessing some of these chakras without even realizing. This is being in contact with all that is. It's about contacting the ancestral masters, which is even beyond the angels, and all the same, similar to angels, but things like Sai Baba, if you believe in Sai Baba, and all of those ascended masters, they're also through this chakra. And it's about really balancing your body and kind of lighting up your body. So beyond the chakras, we are proper energy light. So eventually we're not going to have the chakra system when we completely evolve to a light body. We'll just be light. Through this chakra we realize that we are just beyond anything. We are all just light beings. And then you go to the 11th chakra, and it's your galactic chakra, which is silver. This is when advanced spiritual skills come in. So beyond the limits of time and space. We're going to do a tiny bit on Sunday. We communicate with the highest vibration of light. Again, we can contact ascended beings. You can balance everything, understand humanity. It's just getting into those higher realms now to be like the gurus in India who've been meditating for years. Their chakras are all balanced and open. So it is possible in our lifetime. You're probably like, why is she teaching this? But if you work on yourself, you can start to access some of this information. Just needs a bit of time and dedication, and not fear, because I wouldn't be teaching it if you weren't ready for it, because I kind of get guided each week what to teach. So I believe truly that we all are allowed access, that's without saying, but we're all ready for it as well. So it's a gradual process. You work on the 7 first. And the more you work on the 7 chakras, the more you can start ascending and working on these higher chakras. And as I said, they're kind of dropping into meditation naturally anyway. So the reason being is because we're all going into this new vibration. And then the last one, I'm even tired of talking. Taking a deep breath, is your divine gateway chakra. Again, it can be called stellar gateway, I think, in some cases. It's your 12th or 13th, depending if you count the Earth Star chakra as 0. It's platinum, a beautiful platinum color. The colors can be different as well in the teachings, because all of this information is channeled from above us. So depending on the channeler, like I might see turquoise differently to somebody else. So go with these colors, but especially with the higher chakras. I think with the 7 chakras, everyone's agreed on the colors. With this, there's a little bit of ambiguity, because when I was doing my research, I saw different colors depending on the text that I read. But I'm just going to teach you the ones that I resonate with, which is platinum. This is pretty much when you're done. So this is full ascension. When you've gone through all the other ones, then you go to the 12th one, okay? There is some bit above this, but you work on them when you've transcended the human experience. So the human experience is these 12 or 13 chakras that you've got to get through. So once you do that, you enter super galactic realms, you access the Divine Mother. So a lot of the gurus call God the Divine Mother, the all-encompassing feminine energy. This is a chakra that pretty much when you're done, right, when everything is lined up, the energy comes from above you, it goes through all of the chakras, and then you transcend the human experience. So it is pretty much the final one in the human experience. As I said, you go up to the astral world and you're going to work on more chakras. We're not going to learn about them now. We're not quite ready for that. Maybe in a no, not in a month, maybe in a year or so. So are you ready? We're going to work on those. We're going to open them up, clean them up, balance them. I'm going to have a little break because I've been talking a lot. I'll just have a little drink. Give me some comments, some questions. I'll get some music lined up for you. Ah, Kinari says she's been planting too. Yeah, that's what. Oh, okay. Amisha says she's been tuning a cello. Wow, you'll have to play it for us. Hi everyone. Hi Bhavini. Hi Priya. Good to have you guys on. That was pretty long, isn't it? Oh, it's not too much. Rattling on for 40 minutes. Thank you for bearing with me. I know in Facebook world that's a long time. It's not like the real world, so thank you. Okay, let's go into the meditation. Hey, welcome. No, you don't want to hear me banging on again. So just close your eyes while I find the music. Just inhaling and exhaling. Letting go of any stress that you felt today, any stress you've been feeling in your life. Breathing out all of the stress. Inhaling and exhaling. Enjoying the art of breathing, allowing the breath to give you peace and tranquility. Bear with me, I've just lost the meditation track. Just one of those days today. Keep breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Connecting with the peace inside of yourself, giving each exhale and inhale an intention. So every time you inhale, you're inhaling peace and tranquility. Every time you exhale, you're getting rid of stress and anxiety and anything that has been troubling you. Make the rhythm in your breath. Letting go of the stress of the last few weeks, few months. It's okay to breathe now. Let go. Letting go of past karmas. Letting go of things that are no longer serving you. With every out breath, just release. Now I want you to cover yourself in a beautiful pink light. Imagine a pink light coming from above you, full of love, divinity, wrapping you up in a warm embrace, like a motherly hug, being back to a baby. Feeling the warm embrace of the Divine Mother, knowing that you are part of that greater consciousness, that they needed one of you on the earth. Feeling so much love. Imagine your heart chakra filling up with love. The highest form of love, motherly love. Feeling your fears melt away, feeling safe, feeling protected in this warm, loving energy of Mother, of Divine Mother. We all long for home. Home is beyond the earth. It is in the arms of divinity. And we feel those arms wrapped around us, keeping us safe. Trusting the plan, trusting the greater good of what's happening in the world. Having faith that we're being held, that we're being looked after. Just feel it all over your body, relax your body. Letting go of everything that you've been hanging on to in the last 2-3 months. It's okay to let go. It's okay to have been sad, to being upset, to being anxious. It was part of your human experience. Let go of the fear, let go of the anxiety. Let go of things you may have carried for many lifetimes. Release them through your cells, your body. Now I want you to bring your attention to your feet. Both your feet are feeling heavy. Imagine you have roots like a big oak tree attaching you to the floor, going deeper and wider. And as you attach to the floor, you imagine those roots becoming crystallized into beautiful strands of crystals, pink crystals, red crystals. Feeling the pull to the energy of the earth, and about a foot below you, I want you to open up your Earth Star Chakra. It's a beautiful black lotus with shimmering light, anchoring you to the planet, helping you to make sense of what's going on, to make you feel safe, to make you feel grounded. And as you expand those crystal roots, imagine them attaching themselves to other roots from other trees, from other beings. Imagine all of this crystal weaving its way around the earth to heal the earth, a pink grid around the earth. And as you imagine the pink grid around the earth, you imagine the crystal emanating a pink light all over the world, healing the situation, changing the energy, fortifying the world with love, with divine, motherly, feminine energy, to go more into the heart chakra energy, to open up the hearts of people sleeping, to heal the hearts of the wounded, to allow love to be felt by every human. It's been much too long that love has been a commodity not available to everyone. Let's open up our hearts so we can now open up the hearts of the world. Imagine every human waking up, heralding a new earth, an earth full of peace, love and light. An earth where we care about each other, where we help each other. We send love to every human, every animal, every plant. As we come back through the crystal back into the body, and we go through our legs, imagine the crystals growing up your legs to the bottom of your spine. Open up a red flower. Imagine this flower also made out of crystal, red crystal, and imagine it flooding your whole energy body with red, beautiful healing energy. As your auric field fills up with the red, trust that you will survive. Trust in abundance. Rewrite your story. I am abundant. I am safe. Feeling the energy coursing through your legs into the floor. As you move into the sacral, just under your belly button, open up an orange crystal flower, flooding your whole auric field with orange energy. Feeling full of creativity, balancing your emotions, allowing yourself pleasure in your life. Going with the flow of the universe, riding the wave. Waves go up and down. Life goes up and down. We need to ride the wave. The sacral chakra is much about water, emotional energy, to let things flow in your life. Allowing experiences, allowing flexibility, changing with the environment around you, letting go of the past, letting go of the old, heralding a new world, heralding a new way of life, allowing it to flow as you go into your solar plex above your belly button. You open a yellow flower made out of crystal. You flood your energy with yellow light. You connect with the power inside of yourself. You realize that we've all been living in the lower chakras. It's been about ego, about status, about being who you were told to be, who society expected you to be. It's time to drop the shackles. It's time to step into the heart chakra energy, to let go of the things that have been holding you back, the programming, the expectation of others. Forge your own identity, step into your own power, be your own person. As you step into the heart chakra, you open a green flower, flooding your whole auric field with divine green light. Feeling the love in your chest. Feel the green light turning pink. a soft energy as we step into ourselves, not afraid to love, to give, to receive, to be of a loving vibration. As we move into our throat and open up a blue crystal. Again, it's about speaking our truth, living our authentic self. We've been given the opportunity for the last 2-3 months to be who we truly are, not to have airs and graces, to have peace, to connect to our true selves, to accept the journey, to accept that we wrote the chapter. We step into our authentic selves as we work our way up to the third eye in the middle of the forehead. I want you to open a purple flower made out of crystal, allowing your whole energy to be flooded with violet light, indigo light, feeling that connection to your soul, feeling your third eye opening, feeling it being part of the experience on the earth, to look beyond the illusion, to see beyond your two eyes. As you work your way up to above your forehead, you open up a white flower and a beautiful white crystal. As you open the flower, you flood your whole energy field with divine white light, with pure bliss and joy and just the power of being. Nothing is expected of you. Just be. In this moment, you just exist beyond time, beyond any limitations. You just are.